Good afternoon. So, we are done teaching our Oakland community class today. We released project number 3, which is the opposition whole side of the world building arc. But there was several instances of some questions that were kind of interesting. But the cool thing about it is that we essentially deep dove and focused on the word opposition in regards to creative writing and the bad guy or whatever. In their world or in their mind, society has put in their brain that opposition in this context refers to like the bad versus evil or like the good guy, bad guy. But realistically speaking, opposition can mean multiple things. It can also mean like the concept of you have negative feelings, morale, altercations, or like I meant moral altercations and all that shebang. Doesn't necessarily have to mean a bad guy particularly, but some people see it like that. And because of that, once they understood that concept and understood all that, they were like, oh, I see it differently now. So that was pretty cool. But with that being said, right now I am arriving to Techtown, Detroit, and I'm going to start my week with NextEnergy, where for this upcoming week, the plan is that I will be meeting a bunch of the directors of their corresponding divisions, and I will be deep diving into the corresponding projects and what are they going to be focusing on in the distant future and what are they planning to do and all that shebang. But I am kind of excited, but also, I don't know. I'm not going back and forth in regards to like, but it's okay. I'll figure it out. We'll see. I also told my class that I got a puppy and that I got my Toy Story alien Crocs that I was super excited for, and everybody was excited, so pretty excited. All right. On that note though, hi, my name is Manuel Gonzalez. I am a second year PhD student here at Wayne State University, and my whole emphasis is on generative AI and post-secondary education. If you're new here, this whole YouTube channel is embarking and going into the journey of my PhD, and we get to tackle the ins, the outs, the lefts, and the rights of my whole PhD journey, whether that means you're with me with my crash outs or you're with me in my benefits or my successes. So hopefully if you're new here, you enjoy the content and you come back, and if you're a returning person, welcome back. So let's get on with the week. So we are out and about right now. We are currently in the, I want to say it's the Royal Oak Park, because the Royal Oak Library is that way. And I am here with Chili. And as you can see, he's in the background. We came out to this area to kind of get him outside, but also to keep myself accountable to do my QE readings. I planned out a whole intricacy or elaborate scheme to keep on top of it. And so today we're going to start reading, and I have already like dibble dabbled in some things, but I am going to finalize my first reading today, and over the course of the week, as in like Monday to Friday or Sunday or whatever, I'm gonna read like around 4 or 5 texts, and then I'm gonna use a particular day to like review and process everything, and then on top of that I am going to synthesize and see how they all intertwine together and all that general gist of things. I don't know if the process is going to be processing, but I do know that the little guy is going to be with me along the way, but who knows. So let me situate myself because I have a lot of things on me right now, and then I'll get back to it. It seems like overall I'm not getting anything done because he decided to jump on me. Excuse you, sir, but Papa is busy and he must do some things, and so I cannot have you on top of me. Yet you are on top of me. I brought you out here so you can run around, be free to some extent, because you're leashed, but you're not really running. You're just here, and now you're just tackling the mic and being a menace to society. So I don't really know what to do right now. So let me see if I can do this while monitoring Mr. Danger over here. But we're going to start the reading with James A. Berlin, Contemporary Composition, Major Pedagogical Theories. And this is going to be reading number 1 out of 190, I think. And we are going to deep dive. So here's the thing. I've never realistically, for the life of me, have been a particular individual that has studied for anything. And I know this is going to sound very braggy. Oh, God. Very braggy and very, like I'm high and mighty. But I was always those students that was going into the classroom, taking the quiz, and passing the quiz without studying or sitting down and reviewing and the whole shebang. Now, as an adult, going into a PhD program, there's a lot of leeway for this. And we talked about this in my vlogs before, where now I feel like I have all the time in the world and I have to be an adult and like prioritize my time and allocate my time and so on and forth. With that being said, it's really difficult for me to really conceptualize some things when it's like my doing. Sure, I have an advisor, sure, I have Jeff, but he's not like on my case 24/7. We do little bi-weekly meetings where like, hey, what's up? Are you still alive? Are you still kicking? Are you still blah blah blah? But besides that, like, he's not like there checking that I'm doing stuff 24/7. With that being said, though, one of the things that I never learned how to do is obviously study and obviously take notes and obviously highlight and stuff like that. So right now that I'm reading, there's 2 things that happens when I'm reading. One, I go into the concept of like, I want to highlight everything because I feel like everything is important. And also 2, sometimes I'm like, what about if I just don't highlight everything? Am I reading it? Am I doing it justice? So it is kind of like an iffy situation where I just don't know what am I doing right or wrong, give or take. But I don't really know. Like, I guess it's one of those situations, like, the more you do it, or practice makes perfect, the more you do it, you become better at it, which is ironic because I've been reading all my life, but not the same way as a PhD student will. Right, Chili? Right, boy. We are farmers. No, I'm just kidding. We are walking to Tech Town, Detroit. I just got done teaching at Oakland Community College and I got ready. And then we brought Sandy and the little child. The little demon child. To be here with us. And they're gonna abandon me. And then later on, we're gonna go out and then also go watch the Mexico game, because it's today versus Croatia. And so I'm pretty excited about that. So overall, today we are looking kind of crusty, but last night we went to Los Galanes or Los Galantes or whatever. I don't remember what's it called. But we went to go watch the Mexico versus Croatia game, and that was super cool. We ended up winning 3-0, so I'm really excited. But today in the morning, we dropped off Sandy because she is going to job shadow for her new, hopefully, job as a medical registered technician, dietitian, whatever, for a baby clinic. And so she went to go do that. She's doing that. While she is doing that, I am babysitting with Chile. But we're also at my dentist appointment that I have to take at 10 something, 10:45 or whatever. And hopefully afterwards we go pick up Sandy. But besides that, today we are working kind of remotely. But on the downside of that, I am kind of sort of messing up, because technically speaking, I was supposed to work on my QE list and start reading and doing all that fun endeavor. And for the past 2 days, I have not picked up on my reading. So I need to play catch up, because I do not want to make this a ongoing thing, or else I'm going to get behind. But over the course of this weekend and potentially next weekend, we are going to be very busy. Especially because I have some projects that I need to do for NextEnergy. I have to grade my students' project number 2, and I have to continue with my QE list readings. There is also some call for proposals that I want to like deep dive on and do, but that's very like, I feel like I'm biting way too much more than I can chew. So I'm not sure. Either I like fully lock in, or like something is gonna happen. But date with Chili, sorta. He has double sweater just in case he gets cold. And I don't know, exciting things. I have his little doggy treat that is inside here, which is funny. And then I have his little tote bag, which has a wiener dog in it. But long day, cool day. We'll see how this goes. So throughout the whole day, it was me and Chili conquering the world. And we were quite literally all over the place. But now we're back home. We took a little second wind nap, and now we are at the congregation, because today is their summer nights out or summer event, which is a little event that they're hosting to bring people in the community together and just have fun and vibe it out. But we're bringing Chili to kind of exposure therapy for people, and hopefully he gets a lot of pets. But so far so good. We'll see. So today, I think we're gonna be indoors all day, which is perfectly fine, because to be perfectly clear and honest, I haven't been keeping up with my QE list readings. I did the first one, which was the one where I did it at the park, and then from then on, I have not done anything, which is terrible, because I had a system, or have a system, and because of that system, I was supposed to be like on point or on track, and I didn't, or I wasn't. So yeah, I think today, over the course of the week and weekend, I have to grade my students' paper number 2, and I have to hopefully catch up on my QE list reading. So I'm not really sure how to go about this. I am kind of productive right now, and I am kind of motivated to be productive. I'm kind of excited, especially because of the whole projects with NextEnergy, and so everything is falling into place. I just don't know how to tackle this to-do list, because it's kind of massive, or it's kind of big. So yeah, we'll see. We are no, I'm just kidding. We are outside right now, and we came to the Royal Oak Farmers Market, and we already got done. But originally we went to the Eastern Market because I was doing my traditional baguette that I get at the same spot every single week, and it's in the car right now. I already ate a lot of it, and so right now we are here because Sandy needs to go to a yoga class, and we have Chile with us, but they're like over there. They're like right there, and I'm over here. We finally came back, and now we're leaving again. And then there's Chile.
Literally, weekends are for going.
Chile and I and Cindy are going to a little Asian market. I think that's what the event is called. So it's a bunch of Asian.
It's expected. It's by Easter Market, I believe, but they're expecting it to be smaller because, of course, they don't have the same thing.
Now it's kind of hot though. It's like 90 degrees right now. So, and then this upcoming whole week, I think on Wednesday is going to be like 100 degrees. I'm not looking forward to that. What am I doing Wednesday? I'm at home. Oh God. Well,
I think we're going to probably try and go to the library or something.
So,
Or a coffee shop.
we finally made it to the Asian market. I don't even know what's it called. Little Asian market. And then Chile is acting mighty brand new.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Embarrassing. But we have, it's a long journey all the way over there. And then we had that coffee right now, which is like the Vietnamese coffee straight ahead, and it was super good. Super delicious. I liked it a lot. But now, Sandy already ate something. Sandy bought something, and so now I'm looking to see what I'm gonna buy in terms of food. And there's like a bunch of people here, so maybe I can get something, but who knows? We'll see. We ended up getting some Belgian chocolate strawberries and some matcha strawberries, and I have like the matcha and stuff here. Like, it's really good. I think it's infused with like white chocolate, but the strawberries are really good. And I'm not really big on strawberries, but it was pretty good. So we're finally back home, and first of all, this whole week is gonna be hot as hell. And I guess the week started early because right now we're kind of dying. Well, at least I am. But apparently there's an extreme heat warning happening, or severe heat warning. Severe extreme heat watch, whatever. So apparently it's gonna go to an approximate value of 105 degrees Fahrenheit.
The AC's gonna be blasting.
Yeah, I don't really know. On another note though, Chile was being bad boy.
Yeah.
And that's not okay because I had spoiled him and bought him some puppy cups or pup cups, and I bought him a new stick for like chewing purposes. But he is on timeout. So he's learning right now. But as you can see, he doesn't cry or anything because he knows he's in trouble. Today we're out and about with Chile. We bought him I bought him a harness, but We bought him a harness, but he's kind of big. And then we're coming to Honey Dirt Coffee. And we outside because today is my birthday. Yay, birthday. Let me tell you right now, it is currently 90 degrees in Michigan. And to some extent, 90 degrees is kind of like whatever. Like back in California, I felt all right. But in Michigan, it's like humid hot or like suffocating hot. And in general, it's all right. But right now, I'm just dying. And we are at the Ferndale, where are we actually? Ferndale Project, which is like a dog-friendly beer brewery slash restaurant slash coffee shop slash I don't know what else, arcade. And we're outside because the dog can't be inside, obviously. And I am dying. This is a way to go. Like, this is gonna be my final year here. 33 years old was my final day or whatever. So
Inside of the shit aquarium and touch like 1,000-year-old fish. Yeah, it was pretty cool. See all the baby manta rays and
So overall, for the past week, right now it's currently Thursday, July 2nd, but for the past week, we've been kind of doing activities in terms of like going outside and walking and taking Chile out to like meet people and get away from his like social anxiety. And he's kind of mastered that so far. He's mastered it more with people instead of like other dogs. Sometimes he tends to like lash out and like bark at other dogs, but we're getting him used to mingling with other dogs. With that being said, one of the biggest things that has been happening for the past week is that there's been a lot of instances of, I don't know if like negative karma, if you would want to call it like that or whatever, but for example, I had a crown in my tooth, and when I came here to Michigan, I got a dentist and I was going to my evaluations or whatever. They did the x-ray for my teeth and whatever, and then they found out that the crown that they had placed for that particular tooth was misplaced and it had like a little gap in it. Whatever. Long story short, they took it off, remolded my tooth, put me like a temporary one, and then they're like, in 2 weeks, well, we got you. And I was like, all right, cool. This week that passed, I ended up going to the dentist because I filmed it, and Chili went with me, and then they turned out to be like, this doesn't fit, or like it's not molded correctly, so they had to remold me and like send it again and yada yada. So that was a shitty scenario. Then the other shitty scenario that happened was that I get a call from my psychiatric consultation place, and then they were like, hey, can we talk to Manuel, whatever, blah, blah. And then long story short, they told me that my psychiatric person quit or got fired, or I don't know, she found a better job. I don't know the story. Obviously, they're not going to tell me. So they were like, we'll just let you know when we have another person for you. And so that upset me because we already had like a system, or like she understood me. And so then eventually they sent me the new guy, and now it's a guy. And I don't have a problem with guy psychiatric people, but I feel like women are a lot better, in my opinion, because they tend to care more. I don't know. And so I ended up getting the consultation with this guy, and obviously he doesn't know me and I don't know him, so he's like asking a bajillion questions. And then with that being said, he essentially said like, hey, I'm not going to modify your meds this month or this whatever session. I'm going to get to learn about you and know you and et cetera, and then, you know, in 3 weeks time, we'll see what's up. And that kind of, I mean, I understand because he doesn't know me, but that irritated me because like with the previous psychiatric person, we had a system and we were already going to talk about it and blah, blah, blah. But it didn't work out, obviously. So that's irritating. And then there was like a third instance of something that happened, but I don't remember what it was. That
I think you were overwhelmed with your psychic.
And so like on top of that, like on my birthday, I ended up having my therapy session, and I don't think I had a crash out, but it was like a mild crash out where I was just like, everything is frustrating me because all this crap has been like scaffolded and like been piling in the top of each other, and like nothing is going right.
And it's been very hot.
And I'm trying to be understanding, and I'm trying to be like okay with the fact that like shit happens, but it's hard. And then but it's been a very like annoying week or two to some extent. And yeah, ironically enough, or like kind of weird enough, like I'm still doing other things. I managed to grade my students' number 2 papers. I've been going to teach, having fun with the teaching aspect of things. And then I've been going to NextEnergy and working on my NextEnergy stuff, and that's been a blast as well. But like the crap that I'm here for, which is like my PhD, is what's giving me like the holdback or the drawback or like the annoyance or whatever you want to call it. So that's just like very infuriating, to be perfectly honest. With that being said, we noticed that there's going to be a lot of dachshund events for this upcoming summer. And I've been talking to Peyton, which is the girl that loaned us her dachshund, the one that got like the mini puppy queen winner thing. And then she's like, oh, we should have like a puppy date, like all my mom's dachshund, your dachshund, and my dachshund or whatever, and blah blah. And then I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. So we're anticipating that at some point or another. Now that we have these events coming up with dachshunds, I think that's where we're gonna be ended up doing it. But I don't know. I'm trying to keep my sanity to some extent, but there's a lot of trickling inside of my head, and it's quite annoying to some extent. But I do have like a surprise, but again, I'm not gonna say anything until I know for sure that it happened, because I don't want to anticipate it. But hopefully so. So right now we are at the Ferndale or Royal Oak Taco Fest. It's a lot. It's like tacos that way, tacos this way, tacos this way, tacos that way, tacos everywhere. But one of the things that I wanted to show you, it's like a concert playing, is that this is a surprise. You and God, who's my sunlight, we shine bright, you know we protected, we directed to the this is Tai for Tai Tea. So he's a new iteration of the family, and he's very, very tiny. So yesterday I didn't do much updating from the Taco Fest because we had to leave. We didn't fully enjoy the Taco Fest, and even though it's like live right now, and we're currently in Royal Oak, but even though it is here right now, unfortunately, apparently the tickets were only a day pass, so I would have to buy them again if I want to go again. So I guess forget about it. But it's kind of like a good thing that we left. First and foremost, we left because it was hot, and we didn't want to have chili, and we didn't want to have Thai there for a long time because they were going to get overheated. And so we went home, and we were keeping them cold and fresh and all that shebang. But the other thing is that it was a good thing that we did that because of the fact that later that day, like around 5 o'clock, there was like a huge, like severe thunderstorm, and like it was bad. It was bad. Like people were doing things left and right. Look at this. Like power lines are coming down. There's like a lot of stuff happening. I don't know if something got burned down. But earlier today we were driving from over there to over here, and we noticed that a whole tree, like a massive tree, was like a couple of inches away from hitting a house. And so yeah, it was really bad. Right now at our place, like 80% of like this electricity is kind of like dead or gone. So DTE is currently working on that, and supposedly they sent me a text message saying that there won't be any light or whatever until Monday, and it's currently Saturday. So I don't know how I feel about that. once again, we're at the congregation doing the house party event. And there's not a lot of people, but maybe because it's early. But we're here with Chile and Tai. And they're kind of feeling it. Look at this guy. Oh boy.
That big one. Uh-oh. Yeah, we feel like you need the front. Yeah. How old is he? He's 1. Okay. Yeah, so his parents had another litter, so we're getting, yeah, so we're, she was like, we were going
to... You're tired? You're tired? You want water?
I know, mama dog.
So as of right now, I think I have like a week and a half left with NextEnergy's internship before it's over. I think it's over on August 1st, but August 1st is a Saturday, and that means that we technically don't work on Fridays here, so the last day would be Thursdays, which is like July, I don't even know, 20 something. So right now, currently, it is July 20th. So in the span of, let's say 8 days, so like a week probably, I have to finish the one-pagers. I have to finalize some PowerPoint presentations, and I have to finalize a presentation / a portfolio for myself that I can present to them and to Wayne State regarding what I did, what I learned, what I like supplied NextEnergy with, and et cetera, et cetera. Honestly, I'm like low-key kind of sad because I mean, I don't really know these people to like the extremity of like knowing them, but for the time that I've been working with them, I like them, and I like the fact that it felt like a nice environment to work in, and it felt kind of, I don't know, cool. I just I understand that to some extent those environments are like situated in a way that I don't really see everything. But on that note of things, like, although I don't see the behind the scenes or maybe their work culture in terms of like maybe they hate each other or whatever, I don't think so. What I have seen is more than enough for me to be like, damn, this sucks that I'm leaving. But on another note, yesterday we ended up going to the Dachshund meet and greet, whatever, which you saw in the previous video. But I didn't film a lot because I was keeping alert and keeping my eye out on Tai because I didn't want him to like get bullied or whatever. But no, he had a blast, and then he ended up like dying. So I'm gonna like post a photo here of like last night when I took a photo of him that he's like knocked out. Both of them had fun. Both of them had a wonderful time. And then the next event that we're doing is like on August or something, and they're doing like weenies and martinis or something like that, and it's an event for dachshunds. I love this group. I mean, I don't love them because like they have, like I have dachshunds now. I love them because like the culture or whatever they're embodying, their motto, is pretty cool. But unfortunately, over the course of the couple of days that have happened prior to yesterday, there's been like a lingering cloud of like smoke, because if you know, Canada is currently going through like 800 or 900 wildfires or fires in general, and that pollution or that like smoke or whatever is coming to Michigan since we're neighbors. And like 2 days ago or 3 days ago, the air quality here was terrible. It was like 600 and something, 700 and something. And so like if you go outside, it's like something is gonna happen to your lungs. So we tried to refrain from going outside, and we did. We didn't go outside. But the cool thing about this whole like thing is that over the course of the days that I was inside and locked away, besides doing my actual work, one of the things that I had AI helped me with is that I learned how to play around. I was playing around and I was learning how to use Codex for ChatGPT. And with it, I created a website, well, a couple websites, and then I created an infrastructure to audit my YouTube page, which is currently working as we speak right now. So that is super cool. And so like now I'm kind of just like, what can I do next type of scenario. So I'm gonna keep playing with it and dabbling with it, but right now I gotta walk into NextEnergy because as you can see, I'm currently in Tech Town. So we'll see how that goes in that endeavor. Holy, so today we had a very productive and very busy day. We went to, after like 2 or 3 months, or 2.5 months of not shopping for food because of not needing to, we finally did. We went to Sam's Club, Costco, and BJ's to be able to purchase everything that we need, and then we ended up doing so. And when it came to that, now we have like a plethora of things that we need to end up taking upstairs. What that we did, but we just left it there because right now we are going to be doing Chile and Tai's veterinary appointments, especially Tai. But I'm trying to see if I can sneak in Chile because technically speaking, I think they don't have an appointment until like August something, and I'm not trying to wait all that long. But in some other aspect of news, we're also thinking that we are in dire need of a external freezer, so we might end up going back to Costco and buying it, so we'll see. But let's see how this goes. Poor little guy is gonna start crying and whatnot, so let me assist myself. So this little guy is going into his shots, and then maybe we can get Mr. over here his shots too. We're gonna try to sleaze it through, and we'll see how it goes, but we'll see. So we finally made it back home, and it was a long day. It was a very long day, and then we made it home, and I started to unpack the fridge because I just stuffed everything in there that I could possibly get in there for it not to die out, because eventually I had to move it into the freezer. But we ended up stuffing everything, and by stuffing everything, we then grabbed the kids, as in like Chile and Tai, so we can take them to the vet. Realistically speaking, it was only Tai's day, so he was gonna get his baby shots, and so he ended up getting a bunch of them, or he technically ended up getting one shot, and then the other one was a dewormer or something like that, or I don't know, for he had to ingest. And then tomorrow we have to give him like a pill or something for him to continue his treatment. And along the same time, like August something, we were supposed to do it for Chile. But honestly, I was like, hey, like I'm already here. And I brought Chile with the intention of like doing that. So sorry, not sorry type of scenario. But I was like, hey, I'm already here. Can you guys just take them? And they were like kind of pushing back. They're like, oh, we don't have time. Or there's like another dog coming. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. And then they're like, wait, why did you pay? Because I had previously paid. And long story short, they were like, okay, fine, we'll take them. So I was like, okay, cool. But to my knowledge, or to my education that I got today, apparently they are very sensitive when it comes to vaccines or like injections or whatever. And so that's why they wanted me to come to the clinic and see the doctor and all that shebang. So they were like, within the hour or within 2 hours, they're going to have like a reaction if they have a reaction. And so luckily they don't have a reaction, but they are like dead. And what I mean by dead, they're like, the vaccine is actually doing its due diligence or whatever. So like, look at them. He's like sleepy, and the other one is over there with his little diaper on, so he doesn't mark his territory with him. But they're good. They both got their shots. So their next appointment, their next appointment is in 2 weeks, where they have to get their vaccines again, and everything seems fine and dandy. Tai kind of like did a little screech, like he was like because he got in pain, but then Chile just took it like a champ. I don't really know what happened, but he took it like nothing, and he didn't even flinch, he didn't even squirm, he didn't even anything. I did try to be like, hey, can you educate me on how to cut their nails? And realistically, they were like, oh, I really recommend not to like do it yourself because it's such a sensitive thing. Like take it to a groomer or like take it to a vet or whatever, and we can do it for you. And I kind of understand that whole shebang. She was like, oh, like, I'm not gonna go fly a plane if I'm not a pilot type of scenario. And I was like, okay, cool. So they attempted to cut Chile's nails, but he like massively panicked, which is weird or like ironic because of the fact that you took a shot, like a vaccine shot, and you had literally no reaction, but then they touch your paws and then you were like, the whole world is ending. But they're okay. They're just super duper tired. And look at them. They're knocked out. On another personal note, today I had therapy, and it was quite something, to be honest. One of the things that I like about this therapist, as opposed to the one I had in California, the one in California seemed kind of like whatever to some extent. She was helpful, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, it didn't really seem like, I don't know, like she was trying to like deep dive into the problem or whatever. And what I like about this therapist here in Michigan is that she doesn't interpret the information. Like she does, obviously, but she lets you digest it and interpret it and rephrase it and etc. So like for example, if I'm like, oh, like I'm sad, and instead of being like, oh, maybe you're sad because of all this stress, no, she's like, okay, well, why do you think you feel sad? And then you're like, oh, because of da-da-da-da. And it's like, oh, why do you think about that? And da-da-da-da. And so like she lets you do the reflection and like do that whole spiel. And because of that, most of our therapy sessions are kind of like deep to some extent, and so that's why I really enjoy our sessions. That's why I keep them. And that right now I'm just gonna brush my teeth and take these little guys to bed because they're out of it. So we'll see how they are tomorrow morning, and hopefully they are super duper ready.